Hello and welcome. Today we're talking about something small, but, well, honestly, it's a super important part of your Shopify store, the shopping cart. It might seem like a tiny detail, but picking the right one is a huge deal. And we're going to break down exactly how to get it right. Default setting, right? But the type of cart you choose has a massive impact on your customer's experience and, yeah, your sales. So let's ask the big question. Is your cart actually helping you, or could it be secretly hurting your bottom line? So picture this. Your customer's been browsing, they found something they absolutely love, and now they're at that last, crucial step before they actually pay you. That's the cart. Getting this moment right is the key to turning a maybe into a yes. And the great news? Shopify gives us three really distinct ways to handle it.
Yep, three main options. And that's exactly what we're going to get into right now.
All right, so those three options are what we call the full cart page, the cart drawer, and the pop-up notification. Let's kick things off with the one you've probably seen the most. Okay, so first up is the classic, the full cart page. You know how this works. A customer adds something, and bam, they're whisked away to a whole new page. It's basically a dedicated review your stuff zone, where they can see everything they've picked out and make changes before they hit checkout. And right away, you can see the big trade-off here. The pro? It's super comprehensive. Your customers get this big, clear view of everything. They can easily change quantities, and you can show all the important details like taxes and shipping. This is perfect if you sell, say, customizable products, where people really need to double-check their order. But the con is a big one. It yanks them right out of the shopping experience. That redirect is an interruption, another click, and potentially a reason to leave. All right, option number 2 is the cart drawer. You might have heard it called a slide-out cart. Now, this one is all about creating a smoother, more seamless vibe. When a customer adds an item, this little panel just whoosh slides out from the side of the screen. They can see their cart, but, and this is key, they're still on the page they were looking at. And the benefit here is pretty obvious, right? It keeps the customer in that I'm shopping headspace. It's awesome for stores like fashion or beauty, where you want them to keep browsing and maybe toss a few more things in the cart. But, of course, there's a flip side. That little drawer has limited real estate, so you can't cram in a ton of detail. And if you're not careful with the design, it's possible some people might not even notice it. And that brings us to our third and final option, which is definitely the most minimalist of the bunch, the pop-up notification. This one's super simple. A customer adds an item, and a little box just pops up for a second to say, yep, added to cart, and that's it. The whole idea is to be as unobtrusive as possible. So this is absolutely the lowest friction way to go. It's designed to just let people keep shopping without missing a beat. The trade-off, though, is that you get zero detail upfront. If a customer does want to see what's in their cart or make a change, they have to go hunt for that little cart icon and click it, so you're kind of pushing that extra step to later in their journey. Okay, so those are our three contenders: the dedicated page, the slide-out drawer, and the quick little notification. Now, for the million-dollar question. How in the world do you pick the right one for your store? Let's break it down with this table. It really simplifies things. If your customers need to review a lot of details, think custom orders or tech products, then the full page is probably your go-to, even if it does interrupt them a bit. On the other hand, if you want to keep them browsing and encourage those add to cart moments, the drawer is a fantastic choice. And finally, if your number one goal is a completely seamless, no-friction experience, the pop-up is your winner. You just have to be cool with that extra click to review the cart down the line. Now, before you make your final decision, there are a couple of other really important things to think about. First up, legal stuff. Seriously. In some places, like Germany, for example, you are legally required to show things like tax and shipping info before the final checkout. That might just force your hand and make the full page the only real option. And second, just think about your brand's personality. Are you all about being quick and effortless, or are you more about being detailed and thorough? Your cart should really match that vibe. Okay, so hopefully you have a better idea of which cart is right for you. So let's get into the fun part: how to actually change it in your Shopify admin. And don't worry, it is super, super easy. All right, just 6 simple steps. Ready? So, first, you're going to go to Online Store and then click on Themes. Once you're there, find your current theme and hit that big Customize button. On the next screen, look for the theme's settings icon. It usually looks like a little paintbrush or a gear. Click that. Inside those settings, you should see an option for cart. And boom, right there is where you can pick your cart type from a drop-down menu. Just choose the one you want, make sure you hit save, and that's it. You're done. Oh, and here's a little pro tip for you. While you're in that menu, poke around a little. You can usually tweak things like colors and other little settings. This is a great way to make sure your cart, especially if it's a drawer, perfectly matches your brand's style. It makes the whole experience feel that much more polished. So as we start to wrap this up, I hope it's clear that this is way more than just flipping a switch in your settings, right? This is a really strategic choice about the kind of experience you want to create for your customers right before they give you their money. You gotta remember, your cart isn't just another feature. It is the gateway to your checkout. Getting this right is a huge piece of the puzzle when it comes to your customer's journey. So yeah, choose wisely. So I want to leave you with a question to chew on. Go through your own store, from the moment you add a product to the cart all the way to the final purchase. What story is that process telling your customers? Is it a story about speed and convenience? Is it about being thorough and detailed? Or is it a story about frustrating interruptions? The answer to that question could genuinely make all the difference. Thanks for tuning in.